Nope. Yep. She is going up to 98 kilos. The order of lifters will thus change. We'll still have Marissa and Allie, but Allie now becomes the lifter, opening at 97 kilos. Although there's Mike Gatone, one of the American coaches. He's making a change for number 6.
Looks like 99 is what he's putting in there for Allie.
Correct.
Everyone's changed.
And you know they are
97. Excuse me. Go ahead, Cheryl.
I was just going to say they're at the bottom of the pack here, but it's also very tightly packed.
Yes.
Therefore, they're gonna need to come out and make some lifts. You never know what's going to happen. There's only 7 competitors right here, so
those are the 3 key words. Make some lifts.
Make some lifts. Absolutely critical.
Doesn't matter where you start, matters where you finish. Best snatch in the B group, 102.
So keep an eye on that. And right now, we are going to start this with the opening attempt of Marissa Klinkseis, 98 kilos.
Good lift off, Marissa.
Third time that the 30-second buzzer has broken this weekend. You can hear it running continuously.
Squeeze! Good girl!
Doesn't bother her.
Not at all. Good lift for Klinkseis. And this is the 3rd time she's competing at 90 kilos. The first time she tried it was at the Senior Nationals, and it didn't go so well. She didn't have this kind of snappiness. She didn't have this kind of movement. And ultimately, she did bomb out in that clean and jerk. Now, 3 times in, I think she knows how to get the feel for it. And that looked terrific.
That opening snatch looked great. Allie Ludwig coming out right now. This is her first Worlds, you said?
Yes. Technically, her first international competition. She was named to the Pan Am team, lifted as an extra, but it was not an official performance.
99 kilos.
It's pretty good.
Cheryl, what do you think?
I liked it a lot. I liked it a lot. She looked a little hesitant, but she got the jitters out. She got that first one on the board, and that's a huge weight off her shoulders. Pardon the pun.
Allie from California, lives in California, in Southern California, trains with Waxman's Gym. And they are here in force to support her, and happy with that opener with 99.
Yeah, I thought it looked very good. You know, first lift as an official athlete in an international competition, probably some jitters.
And it means a lot having your friends and family here. My favorite competitions were the ones that they could come see me perform at, and it helps.
Did you have a Junior Worlds in Savannah?
Sure did, 1999. And yeah, it was an incredible event, and I really, I mean, the hometown crowd, you can't, there's nothing that beats that. So hopefully these ladies can use that energy to their advantages.
All right, so now here is Lo Yingwan of Taipei.
Pointing to the elbows, indicating
perhaps a bad arm lock or inability to fully extend her arms.
Now she is just off being a junior. We don't have any junior competitors in this group. We do have a couple athletes who were juniors last year. So first year as a senior, full senior athlete.
So that treads dangerously on the line of unable to extend versus soft.
Right.
Tough to say, right? Now the center judge said soft. The two sides.
See that?
Now you don't have to lock out, but the elbows still cannot move. And the center judge spotted that little wiggle, and the jury actually looks like they're conferring now.
Right away they called them back.
Yeah, the judges are out of their chairs and they're having a chat about it. So
I think it's going to be turned over.
We'll see, and that wasn't even a long deliberation. And Cheryl, to your point, you don't have to fully extend your arm, but wherever it hits, it must stay.
Yeah.
Correct. Correct.
So there's a stop.
And the technical controller is walking over with the decision to And there's the decision.
Yeah.
So take a look at this right there.
That foot, yeah. She can't allow the barbell to sink back down. She must hold whatever position she receives the barbell in and not allow for that little drop right there.
Yeah, and you talk about the slight movements that we've been seeing called for press outs over the course of the week. But Cheryl, right there, you clearly see the bar descend a little bit more.
About 2 or 3 inches. And she's going to fix that, and it's enough. And this is something that she deals with regularly. So she's going to come out and just tighten up a little bit faster. It certainly looks light enough for her.
All right, so 100 kilos stays on the bar for Lo Yingwan. She is back out quickly.
Now, do we know her best competition results, JP?
She has made 95, tried 101 a couple of times. She's made 105 at the Universiade, earlier this summer.
Okay, so operating right around near her best.
Better?
And that was much better. Absolutely. That's the one she wanted to do to start out with.
Should have no problem. 3 white lights there.
And you'll notice on the replay when she receives the barbell, the difference between that first and this next attempt, not moving.
Yeah. And actually, her lockout isn't that terrible. Interesting that she alerts the judges to it, because it looks pretty good to me.
I had the same thought, actually, but she seems to get called on it often enough to want to point that out. And when she comes out on the stage.
This means the lifter becomes Marissa Klingseis unless they elect to move up, but it looks like she is in the staging area. There is Dennis Sneathen, coach.
As experienced as they come.
Yeah, Dennis was a head coach on many teams I was a part of, including the Olympics. Certainly in good hands.
So Marissa has snatched 102 kilos at this body weight. She did it in September at the AO3, where she secured the total that ultimately put her on this team. She did that on a 3rd attempt. Here she is trying it on her 2nd at the World Championships.
Good job.
Yeah.
Good job.
He looks
Very,
happy
very
about
nice.
that.
And this is the best we've seen Marissa Klingseis look, at least through 2 attempts, since the 2016 Olympic trials.
Yeah, yeah.
She's quick, she's strong.
And she is just, really fearless and aggressive in getting into that bottom position, and you can just see the rebound back up.
Right.
Really moved under that weight, and I will say though that I think if she wants to add more, gonna have to get a little more height and acceleration on that bar.
I
He
agree.
caught it right where she
Yeah.
lifted it.
She scooted out from under the bar slightly. I didn't see that backing away from bar in the first attempt, but if she corrects, she's certainly good for her next attempt for sure.
Yeah.
All right, so now we are back to Ali Ludwig, 103 kilos. This is her 2nd attempt, successful with 99 on her opener.
Oh, you know what? That was pretty good. That was pretty good. That doesn't upset me at all. She needs to come a little more vertical, maybe a little looping there. Really interested to see the replay, but that looked powerful. That
strong.
looked better than the first attempt, as far as I'm concerned. Just a little swing around, maybe.
Yeah.
So Ali has done 102.
And you saw her nodding her head after she missed that attempt. She knows exactly what she did incorrectly, and she's going to come back and make that.
Looks like Gatone is going to move her up, and we often say that's a terrible move, but I think the way she missed that weight, it's actually not a bad idea.
Right.
And sometimes you can tell by the reaction of the lifter. So as Cheryl mentioned, Ali's reaction there was, okay, I'm okay.
Yeah. I know what I did.
So it looks like that was a declaration for Ali. So she is going to stick with that 103.
Oh, yeah.
In the meantime, Lo Yingwan, 3rd attempt.
just a little pulled over there.
So she's credited with her second attempt, 100 kilos. Has that moving in. That is currently 6th place in the snatch because of the attempts made in the B group, and that's probably only going to get worse. Right now, USA's Ali Ludwig coming out for her 3rd attempt. She's sticking with 103 kilos. International competition debut. Incredibly strong, very powerful second attempt. I think she's got this.
Tight.
Good save.
Very good.
Wow.
And that's a good lift from Ali Ludwig. That wanted to go back.
That was great.
So used to being a teammate, I got to bite my tongue. I want to yell and scream and get crazy. Yeah, that was very nice. She did have that like lateral kind of backward movement a little bit, but was slight, and she did exactly what she needed to do, which was sit down there, lock down, wait for that barbell to come back over her center of gravity and rise, and that's what she did.
So a personal best 103 kilo 3rd attempt effort there from Ali Ludwig. And now Marissa Klinkseis is calling for 105. This will put her on the bar. So,
but first, Ecuador's Nieve, one of your former competitors.
Former competitors right there. I have looked into those eyes many times.
105 on the bar. This would put her into 1st place in the snatch.
so she has been to 9 senior worlds.
Wow. Apparently she took 90 kilos just before coming out as a warm-up. Wow.
So explosive.
Yeah.
So powerful. She makes lifts happen.
Very, very strong. So 105 gets on the board. And
Foot
a little out of
almost
place.
slipped there, yeah. And this is very cool to see. You know, she's a very experienced lifter, but over the course of her career, which goes back a long way, you know, she's historically weighed 94, 92, 97, you know, in there. This weight class was built for her.
Yeah.
And to see her maybe get a benefit of that.
I love it. It's
You know,
great.
All right, so now Klinkseis, 105 kilos. This will be her 3rd and final attempt in the snatch competition. If successful, this will move her into 2nd behind Nieve.
There you go.
Look at that. Best of the 3.
Sorry, there I go screaming into the microphone again. I couldn't help myself. Now she made that
It's actually applauding.
I am. I love this girl so much. She's just so sweet. And look at that snatch. She comes out here. She makes the correction, the adjustment she needs. She stays underneath the barbell.
Look at that.
Just a little bit wiggly on the recovery, but she's getting used to a new body weight.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes a difference when you're trying to stabilize weight over your head and you don't have as many kilos down there as you used to.
So 3 for 3 for her, and what's really encouraging about it for Marissa Klinkseis is that this is the first time we're seeing her with real snap and energy at this body weight. So that's a terrific series, and
Very impressive.
if she can carry this over to the clean and jerk, she's a gamer.
Yeah, very good position.
All right, so now this is going to change. We have Nieve. There's the change. All right, so now 108 kilos is being called for Fernanda Valdez.
And this
she's
weight
moved up.
class, ooh, got a lot of bumping going around.
Good chance here that
Looks like number
Celadina
3
moves up. Yeah,
I think
so
Santana is going to be the athlete, or maybe 2, Valdez.
Valdez.
And that's the case, yep. Chile's Valdez coming out now for her first attempt, 109 kilos.
both Santana and Valdez have moved to 109, but Valdez has the lower start number, which means she is out first, and Santana is on deck. '16 Olympian at 75 kilos.
That looked good. Cheryl?
You know what? I just had a flashback of Agata Robo from Poland lifting.
Former world champion.
Former world champion, an incredible super heavyweight that I also competed against, but she looks an awful lot like this girl. That technique, just unwavering, just solid from head to toe, and she absolutely smashed that opening attempt.
Yeah, solid. I think that is about the best way to describe it.
Yeah, no wiggling, no nothing. She absolutely is under control of that barbell.
All right, so now here is Crismary Santana of the Republic, of the Dominican Republic. This is her second Senior Worlds. Historically a 75-kilo lifter, so she too has moved up. Her best ever is 104.
Wow.
113, excuse me. And
Wow.
I don't think we're going to be saying that for too long.
You can, that hip shot is actually audible from this booth. I hope you guys can hear it. Yeah.
Through the headphone.
And you can hear the change on the barbell and the actual weights rattle, and that's power.
Yeah.
She gets it in there, and she absolutely nails it.
Again, JP, you said, you know, she was a 75-kilo athlete. There were a few other 75-kilo athletes. This was the class I've been wanting for years.
Specifically
really,
90 kilos.
I was rooting for 90. I know there was talk of 85 for the women, 86. I think 90 is really a great category.
All right, so now we are back to Celadina Neva. Second attempt, 109 kilos. This is a 4-kilo jump.
That was nice.
That's pretty good.
That was really nice. You know, Cheryl, you said you've stared into those eyes in competition before. And
Yes, I have.
she looks like a competitor there.
She is. She is. She gives absolutely nothing away. And to y'all's point about the 90-kilo weight class, honestly, it's not lost on a true super heavyweight. I'm usually between 130 and 140 kilos. I take no satisfaction in beating somebody in a competition that's 30 and 40 kilos lighter than me.
Oh, I'm sure
So-
you take satisfaction in beating all your competitors.
Well, I mean, that's true. But I kind of feel bad for the small ones.
Well, and that's why the class is so nice, because you were between a rock and a hard place. If you weighed around 80, 85 kilos, what did you do? Or really between 85 and 90 kilos.
Well, in Neva's case, she weighed 93, 94 quite often. So that's not a dramatic weight cut. That's, you know.
No. But in the supers, you were always going to give up in the clean and jerk, probably.
Yeah.
You just didn't have the mass to really pull out the big. Tatiana Kashirina, who's a current world record holder in this category, when she weighed 94 kilos, could snatch with the best of them, could not hang with the super heavy women in the clean and jerk.
Yeah. Yeah, it certainly helps.
Right now, we're seeing a lot of shifting around. These athletes know that every lift here is probably going to be a medal.
And in this case, there are 4 lifters remaining. 2 of them are on second attempts.
3 of them are going to have medals.
Yeah, exactly. Neva is on a third attempt, and we haven't seen Gottfried yet. And you got to think that sitting up at 118, she's going to try to drop down as she needs to.
Yeah.
And what Celadina Neva is going to do here is stick this 112 and wait to see if anybody else misses.
Yep.
So this is her third attempt, 112 kilos. Made 105 and 109.
Wow. Yes, it was. What did I tell you? She comes out here. Gravity is afraid of her. She is absolutely smashing this, and that was that. I agree with you, David. I think that was her best attempt.
Look at that. Right to where she wanted it.
She's
Beautiful.
a competitor. Her coach put it on the bar. She trusts her coach. She knows her job is to be a machine and to go out there and make lifts.
Man, that was really a pleasure to watch. Those 3 attempts, fantastic.
All right, so now we are back to Valdez. Fernanda Valdez, second attempt, 113 kilos.
Opener was very, very solid.
Just left it out a bit forward, tried to make the correction.
Yeah. Very strong. I think she can come back and make that, but
Yeah, I think she can. She doesn't need to get discouraged.
Let's see if Chrismary Santana takes this 113 or burns her 2-minute clock.
And
Looks like
Taking
she's
it.
going to take it.
yeah.
Good move. It'll put her into the lead.
And Nieve Arroyo is just listening. She is not going to need to watch any of this to know exactly what happens. Hang on, hang on. Wow.
That was a fight.
That deserves an applause, gentlemen. I'm sorry. I got to clap.
Yeah, no need to apologize. She's earned the applause of a 3-time Olympian.
I would have blown out
Olympic
both of my
medalist.
elbows.
This
in
is
front of everyone.
crazy.
This is impressive. Look at that. A little bit of a duck walk.
Then she leans back.
Yeah.
Then she stabilizes. Then she stands. I mean, come on.
Only 22 years old as well. Just a couple of years off being a junior, already seasoned enough to know how to save a lift a little out of place.
And she is guaranteed a medal with that effort. We will find out what color. She does have another attempt.
Yeah.
We're back to Valdez. Foot slipped.
Foot is slipping. You see that? Oh, goodness.
So she's in bronze position currently, but if Anastasia Hartfried of Georgia makes one lift, she's out.
So what that means, and just watch this recovery, that right foot goes away, so
Yeah.
slides away. So what that means is
Wow. Nieve gets a medal. Guaranteed a medal. Right now sitting in silver. Otherwise,
40 years old.
40 years old,
Good
earned
for her.
medals at the World Championship.
That is great. All right, so now Chrismary Santana, third attempt, 115 kilos. She is currently in the lead. This will move her a couple of kilos ahead. 3, in fact, over Nieve Arroyo.
Oh, just a little too much, I think.
Yeah, I think she got everything she could out of that 113.
Right, right.
Can't be disappointed with that. She's guaranteed a medal.
Now, Hartfried has to make these lifts. Nothing's guaranteed. And she
Yeah.
did bump down, JP, like you suggested, and I think that's a good move. No need to snatch 118 kilos to make you the world champion.
Yep.
If 116 kilos will do it.
So we are down to our final competitor of this women's 90-kilo category, Anastasia Hartfried of Georgia, 116 kilos. If she's successful here on this opener, guaranteed gold medal in the snatch. And then she'll have 2 attempts to open up as wide a lead as possible. And no surprise, this session is moving quickly.
Yeah. Let's see. Among her coaching staff is Olympic champion in '04, Georgie Asanidze. Good person to have in your corner.
And a strong opener. All right, she clinches it.
That looked good. That looked good. So there's your snatch gold medalist. Very easy, I'd say.
She's going to keep going up here and milk the snatches. Probably not do anything too crazy. She's going to want to just add to that lead so she doesn't have to do a massive clean and jerk later.
Yeah. Going to follow herself. She's got a 2-minute clock. That means she is our snatch gold medalist. Silver medal, Santana of Dominican Republic, and then Nieve in the bronze medal place.
That's good to see.
So this is a 4-kilo jump, not a surprise. And Anastasia Gottfried is, you know, I think situating herself nicely to be a piece of weightlifting history, or at least trivia.
The first and maybe last 90 kilo. We'll see. A lot of competition left, but again, this is the first 90 kilo class at a Senior Worlds. Might be the last, so interesting moment of history and or trivia.
But you have to think, if she can make, and she has 2 attempts left before I even say this, but if she can make a 120, it's going to be awfully difficult to out clean and jerk her by 8 kilos.
Yeah.
Because that's the separation. She'll have a 7-kilo lead. And this is the person that she'll have it over, Chris Mary Santana. And, you know, I think you're asking a lot.
Isn't that possible? Gottfried?
Yes.
That Dennis Gottfried of Ukraine, right?
Yes.
Very good weightlifter. And the guy in the hat is, of course, Georgie Asanidze, 2004 Olympic gold medalist.
I think she just told one of her coaches to stop messing up her hair.
So here she comes, Anastasia Gottfried of Georgia. Second attempt, 120 kilos. Opener at 116 was very strong. Oh, needs to steady, and she does.
A little bit.
Oh no, 2 of 1.
I wonder where it happened.
I was wondering about that, because it was on the right side. I don't know if you guys see it from our angle, and where those judges called for the red light is that right arm.
Yeah.
That flick as she punched out is where you thought you saw it?
There's a lot of shoulder too. Again, you know, okay, I think from this angle, I don't blame the judge on this side.
I think that's probably the right call. An unfortunate call, but.
And it's hard to explain this in a way that makes sense visually to somebody maybe not familiar with the sport of weightlifting, because you look at that and you see a great effort, which it was.
Yeah.
And you think, well, of course that's a good lift, but the state of officiating and judging lifts right now is one of a very strict approach, and it is a known rule that you cannot bend and rebend the elbow. You cannot extend the arm after the body has reached its lowest point. And even if it is a small movement, which is what you saw there, it will get called.
And honestly, I think it's safer for the lifters to be held to certain standards.
That's part of the reason why?
Yeah, exactly. And again, and even as a weightlifter, you want her to have that attempt because of the great effort, and it was pretty good. But yeah, she's just got to regroup and come out here and stick it like she did that first one.
Gold medal regardless of outcome, but Anastasia Gottfried wants to put this away.
Same weight, 120 kilos.
There you
And
go.
that was it.
There you
That
go.
was it. Yeah.
And then when you see her come back and do that, you go, oh, okay. So maybe that second attempt wasn't that great. But that's how you do it.
She travels with good company and she lifts big weights. This is a gold medal effort. And there is no doubt about that.
None whatsoever.
Very nice. And there is our snatch gold medalist, Anastasia Hotfried of Georgia. 120 kilo snatch on her third attempt. Comfortable lead going into the clean and jerk. There is our silver medalist, Crismarie Santana of the Dominican Republic. And there is our bronze medalist, Oliva Nieve.
Keeping the dream alive.
Yeah. So as you age out, you either commentate weightlifting or win medals at the World. I know what the three of us are doing, and I know what she's doing. Right. Excellent work.
Feeling very lazy all of a sudden, but that's okay.
There's still time to take a weight, and maybe they'll let you in as an extra competitor.
Hey, not as 90 kilos, I know that much. Going to be about 110 plus.
There is our silver medalist. Now she is listed with a pretty high clean and jerk, 134. We've got several women asking for in the 135 to 137 range. So we're going to see a fight for the total medal.
Yeah, and the other thing here is with 7 lifters, we get a 10-minute break between the snatch and the clean and jerk. I mean, this is a quick turnaround.
Exactly. These ladies are already warming up for the clean and jerk. Every once in a while, depending on how many people there are, you get to sit and take a break, not just go around.
So here are our results in the snatch competition for the women's 90 kilo category.
Anastasia Hotfried, first place, 120. Crismarie Santana, 113 in second. Oliva Nieve, 112 in third. So we have 14 competitors total in this class, all of whom made at least one snatch. There is our bronze medalist. If you're enjoying what you see and would like to follow along online, check out the IWF's Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at IWFnet, where you can see behind-the-scenes footage and training videos, highlights from competition, and much, much more. Certainly worth a look if you're a weightlifting fan. So we take a short break right now. Lifting starts in about 7 minutes. Tune in for the clean and jerk portion of the women's 90 kilo class.